Today we are discussing the science subject for the class of 10. So students, I am the new science teacher for your school. See students, this for the 10th class, already we know that whatever syllabus completed, and today we are discussing the 14th one chapter. Today we are discussing the 14th one chapter, that is sources of energy. Sources of energy. See students, in 9th class, we know that there is a chapter that is also sources of energy, otherwise we can say as the natural resources. Natural resources, a chapter is there. So students, what is meant by a source and what are the natural resources and which is a good one source of energy that we have to discuss today. See students, first of all that we will discuss the introduction. We will discuss introduction, then we will go to next whatever is there in this chapter. See students, we know that our earth is a planet. Our earth is a planet which is having the different kinds. Of the sources in it. Our earth is a planet which is having the different kinds of the sources in it. Those sources we can say as, see, what are the examples for the sources which are present on the earth? What are the examples for the sources which are present on the earth? Those are, we know, which are those students? Those are the water, air, food and soil. Water, air, food and soil. These are the main things. These are the most important necessary sources. These are the most important necessary sources which will be necessary to our living organism. Which will be necessary to live an organism. So, which are those students? Water is there, air is there, land mix, that is a soil, and most one, that is the food. These are the sources which are present on our earth. These are sources which are available on the earth. See students, we know that is different kinds of the sources there. Different kinds of the sources, and one definition, one statement is there. Which is that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. What does this here? Energy can neither be created. Energy can neither be created and nor be destroyed. This is a sentence. What is this? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. About this sentence we learned in 9th class only. So what is the meaning of this sentence first? See, the sentence only says that the energy will not be created and it can't be destroyed. The energy will not be created and can't be destroyed. That's why energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. Then why we are bothering about the exhausting of some sources? Why we are bothering about crises? Some crises are going on because ending going on. Some sources will be ending now. Some sources will be ending. For example, forest if we are taking the forest is nothing but it is also one of the source only. Now it is ending because the statement what it is, the energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. We have to protect our sources. What we have to do? We have to protect our sources. See, in sources only we are seeing two kinds. Exhaustible sources and unexhaustible sources. Exhaustible and unexhaustible, which are ending and which are not ending sources. See, if you are taking the solar energy, is that source is ending one or not ending one? Students, see, solar energy is not ending at all. Most of the energy forms are available from the sun only. Most of the energy forms are available from the sun only. Sun is the Sun is the main source of energy because we are getting the most different kinds. We are getting the different kinds of the sources from the sun only. We are getting different kinds of the sources from sun only. That's why sun is the main thing for the source of energy, and is endless. Sun is the endless. See students, now I have a chalk piece. Now this is in my hand. Now I am leaving this chalk piece. Otherwise, this marker, whatever marker is there in my hand, I am leaving this marker to downside. See students, whenever I am holding the marker, there is a energy. Whenever I am holding a marker, there is a energy, and whenever I am leaving a marker on the floor, there is a creation of, otherwise there is a production of one more energy that I will tell you students. First of all, that we will discuss how many kinds of the energies are there. Different types of energies are present on the earth. Which are those energies? Now only I told solar energy is there. Okay, solar energy, electrical energy is there, water energy is there, wind energy is there. Solar energy, electrical energy, water energy, wind energy. Forest is also one of the source of energy only, but we can't say that is a source of energy. And whatever different kinds of energies are available, then we can say as the muscular energy is there. Is there no students? Yeah, muscular energy is there. Whatever we are doing work by using the muscle, that is nothing but what? That is the muscular energy used there. Which will be used energy? That energy is the muscular energy. Mechanical work we are doing. Some cases we are doing some mechanical works. That is nothing but a mechanical energy. Heat energy is there, light energy is there. So different kinds of the energies are there. You have to know about the energies, then only this chapter is easy. So students, how many types? Otherwise, different kinds of the energies which are present. Which are those students? Those are the light energy, wind energy, water energy, solar energy, that is nothing but the light energy only. Heat energy is there. Then mechanical energy, muscular energy. So these are the different kinds of the energies which are present. Then students, we know the definition for the kinetic energy and potential energy. See, now I am saying students, whatever I am having the marker, when I am leaving this produces the sound energy. See, whenever marker is there, okay, this is a potential energy. Now marker is there, this is a potential energy when it falls down on the floor. When the marker will be fell down on the floor, otherwise will be fell down on the floor, what it produces students? It produces the sound. So by this activity, what we can understand students? We can understand that energy will be changing from one form to another form. There we are observing the changing of the energy from one form to another form. So now I am saying, what is that? Energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. But energy will be converted into one form to another form. Now only I told, falling down, otherwise if you are having something else, otherwise take a stone in your hand. And leave that stone. Whenever that stone will be left on the floor, what it produces? It produces the sound. So what we are observing there? We are observing the potential energy will be converting into a sound energy. That's why the energy will be converted into one form to another form. one form to another form. For example, water will be falling down. Water is falling down in case of the joke balls and all. We are seeing the falling down of the water. Water will be falling down. What we are observing there? Then we are observing that water produces the electrical energy. Water produces the electrical energy. There is also conversion going on. There is also kinetic energy will be converted into potential energy. Potential energy again it will be producing the electrical energy by using what students? By using the turbines. By using the turbines. In case of the turbine, mechanical energy will be going on because there is a work. In case of the turbines, mechanical energy will be going on. That is the mechanical energy. So there at last what we are seeing, there is a production of the electrical energy. From the water only, that electrical energy will be formed. So energy will be converted from one form to another form. Then students, if you are taking a candle, for example, take a candle, what you have to do? Take a candle and light that candle, students. What you have to do? Light this candle. Whenever you are taking that candle and whenever you are burning the candle, what you are observing, students? First candle is there. This candle is nothing but what going on? This candle when you are burning, there is a chemical change going on, students. What you are seeing that? There we are seeing the chemical change. After burning, otherwise while burning only, what that candle gives? That candle gives what it gives? It gives the light energy. Light will be producing that. Then heat energy also produced. Here we are seeing the heat energy also produced. So light and heat, these are the forms of energy. Light and heat, these are the forms of energy which will be produced from what? Which will be produced from the candle during a chemical change, during a chemical process. During a chemical process. So what is a chemical process going on here? See here we are seeing the burning of the candle. We are seeing the burning of the candle. Burning of the candle is nothing but a chemical change. In case of this candle only, again we are seeing the physical change. Again we are seeing the physical change. So what is mean by physical change then? See, if a substance again it is getting the physical properties. Whenever a substance will be undergoing change in case of the physical property. See, this candle, for example, now think this is a candle. Think this is a candle. What you are observing, students? Whenever I am burning this candle, the candle will be remaining same. Okay, quantity going on less, but candle will be remaining same. Candle will be remaining same. So again, the thread which is present in case of that candle, which is present in that candle, that produces the ash, that produces the smoke. Smoke and ash, these are the different kinds of the products. Which are the chemical changes? Which are the chemical changes? But in case of that candle, we are seeing the physical change because that candle produces the wax as it is. Wax is burning, okay, but it will be as it is. It remains as it is. So students, whenever we are burning a candle, then we are getting the, what we are getting? We are getting the light energy and one more, which is the heat energy. See what by this what we can understand, energy will be converted from one form to another form, from chemical change to, from chemical change. Otherwise we can say as burning to light and heat, we got different forms of the energy here. Different forms of the energy here. See students, again one more example I am giving, then you can get this easily. See, take a bucket of the hot water. What you have to do? Take a bucket of the hot water which is having the temperature of 398 Kelvin. What you have to take? Bucket of water. Bucket of water. A bucket of water you have to take, and that water must be hot. Water must be hot. temperature. So students, we have to know about what is the room temperature first. So the range of the room temperature is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. The range of the room temperature is 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. So you have to take the water in a bucket which is having the temperature of 398 Kelvin. 398 Kelvin, and that water which is means the bucket which is having the water that has to be kept, otherwise which will be kept in a room of temperature 278 Kelvin, otherwise in the room temperature 25 to 27 degrees Celsius. See students, why I am saying this? Because we know that there are two changes again. Those we can say as the exothermic reaction is there in case of the chemical reaction only. Exothermic reaction is there, endothermic reaction is there. Exothermic, endothermic. Whenever a substance will be undergoing in case of the chemical change, listen carefully students, whenever a substance will be undergoing a chemical change, if it liberates the heat, that we are saying, that process we are saying, that reaction we are saying, that change we are saying as what students? That change we are saying as the exothermic reaction, otherwise exothermic change. Why we are saying as exothermic change there? Because heat will be liberated to the environment. Heat will be liberated to the atmosphere. That's why that is a exothermic reaction. For example, now only we see a candle will be burning there. Candle, what it produces? It produces heat. So, burning of the candle is nothing but the exothermic reaction. Burning of the candle is nothing but exothermic reaction. And for endothermic, what you have to do? Lime water, lime water. You can take the limestone and dip into the water. What you are feeling students? If you are dipping your hand something else, what you are observing there? We are getting that water as a hot one. We are feeling that water as a hot because heat is liberated into the water. Heat is liberated into the water. So that process is what students? That is the endothermic reaction, means absorption of heat going on there. What we are seeing that? Absorption of the heat we are seeing, that is what? That is the endothermic reaction, otherwise change. So what is exactly meant by the endothermic reaction? Whenever a substance which will be undergoing a chemical change, when it absorbs, otherwise if it absorbs the heat, then that we are calling as what? That process we are calling as the endothermic reaction, otherwise endothermic process. So students, by this we can say as the energy can be created, means energy will be converted from one form to another form. It can't be destroyed, it will be converting from one form to another form. It will be converting from one form to another form. See, for example, now I am talking. Means I am using the one energy form, that is the voice. This is one of the energy, means nothing but the sound only. That is nothing but sound only. Sound energy will be producing out, and that will be converting as what? As some voice and all. So mechanical, again we are saying mechanical energy also. So like this, energy will be converted from one form to another form. So students, this is about the introduction of the chapter 41, that is sources of energy. This is the introduction. Then for what we are saying, a good source of energy students, which is a good source of energy. See students, for what we are calling as a good source of energy, otherwise which is gases. See, for using that cylinder gas, for using the gas, what we are thinking about? What are the factors we are thinking about that fuel? What are the factors we are thinking about that gas? See, that must produce the more heat. That fuel must produce the more heat, and which will be available easily. Which will be available easily, and even though we are saying one more, that is economical. Which will be good in economic. Which will be good in economic, and which is producing the more heat, less smoke. Which is producing the more heat, less smoke, and which is good in economic. In economic. That is what, students? That is the good fuel. That for that we can say as a good fuel. What are the factors for good fuel? This is important, students. See, for which fuel, otherwise which source we are saying as a good one. That which will be a good one. See here, factors. Factors for a good fuel. For example, diesel is there. Diesel is there. See, diesel for what we are using? For running the trains and for running some vehicles. Diesel will be used for running the trains and for some vehicles. Electricity will be used to light the lamps and all. Electricity will be used to light that lamps and all. Then some energy will be used. Some energy will be used. That only I told, diesel will be used for running the vehicles, and electricity will be used to lamp the light and for some purpose of the vehicles. To run some vehicles also we are using the electrical energy. See, if we are using a fuel, means we have to think about the good factors of that fuel. We have to think about that good factors of that fuel. Then only we are using, students. So, what are those good factors? That fuel must give more heat on burning. Fuel must give what? That fuel must give the more heat. First one, which is that fuel must give more heat on burning. And one more, which is that second one, which will be giving the, otherwise which gives less smoke, and which is available easily, See, these are the main factors for a good fuel. These are the main factors for a good fuel. Which a fuel is that? A good fuel is that which must give the more heat on burning and which gives the less smoke on burning. Then one more, which is available easily. These are the most important factors. One more we can say, that is the important one, which is economically good. Which is good in economic. These are the factors for a good fuel. Students, this is important. What are the factors for a good fuel? There are 4 factors, otherwise we can give more also. See here, first one is the which is giving more heat on burning. Then which will be producing the less smoke, which will be leaving the less smoke, which is good in economic, and one more, which is available easily. These are the factors for a good fuel. Then students, main thing, what is that? Main thing, what is a good source of energy? This is very important, students. What is a good source of energy. See that? What is a good source of? What is a good source of energy? For what we are calling as a good source of energy, students? See, students, if a source of energy would be said as, if a source of energy would be said as a good source of energy, what are the factors then? See there, that source of energy must be easily available as like fuel. That source of energy will be easily available. Which will be easily available? Which is available easily. And most important, which gives more work, per unit volume or mass, which gives more work per unit volume, otherwise mass. For example, some sticks, otherwise something as fuel if you are getting, otherwise if you are purchasing 1 liter of the fuel, if you are purchasing 1 liter of the fuel for vehicle, what you are observing, students? How much kilometer that fuel will gives. How much kilometer that fuel covers, that we are seeing. So, a fuel, a source of energy, a good source of energy which is available easily and which gives the more work and which gives more work. When it is more work per unit volume or mass, we can say, or mass. Whether if it is a liquid, we can say as the per unit volume. If it is a solid one, per unit mass, we can say. For example, now only I told kerosene is there, petrol is there, diesel is there. If you are producing, otherwise if you are taking the 1 liter of the diesel, how much kilometer it covers, how much weight it covers in 1 liter, that we are saying. That we are saying as the efficiency. What we are saying? We are saying as the efficiency. So, which is available easily is one of the factor for good source of energy and which gives more work per unit volume or mass. And next, third one, which is easily accessible, which is accessible. And at last, we are saying most importantly, it must be a good in economic. Must be good economically. Otherwise, must be good in economic. So these are the most important factors. These are the most important factors to be a source. Otherwise, a good source of energy. If your fuel is there, if it has to be a good source of energy, means it has some factors. Those are which is available easily, which gives more work per unit volume or mass, then which is accessible, must be good in economics. So students, this is about your today's class. So students, you have to read this chapter very clearly. If you are having any doubt, you can contact me at any time, students. I am here in school of 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Whatever you are having doubt, you can please contact me and read this chapter well. Thank you, students.